At Notre Dame, the most cherished memory is not of any one game, but of a personality, a Norwegian immigrant they called Rock.
Starting out this fall, every man's going to have an equal opportunity to make this team. I don't care 2 cents whether you're black or white, Jew, Catholic, or Protestant. The best men are going to make this club. Hey, guys! 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, oh! Good! Back! 2 or 3 married men have with families. Up!
And they remember Rockney's last big game against highly regarded Penn in 1930. Marty Brill's breakaway run is the beginning of a scoring sensation. As if they knew Rock wouldn't be back next season, even the subs perform like dedicated warriors. This 67-yard sprint is by second string Paul O'Connor. Attacks like this by jumping Joe Savoldi completely demoralize the once powerful Penn line. Rockney's strangely inspired squad gains a staggering 557 yards to Penn 73 and wins 60-20. Football's Ivy League, steeped in gridiron history and tradition. And the man of the hour today is Yale's beloved All-American Albie Booth, playing his last 60 minutes for Yale in this game against the Bulldogs' arch-rival, Harvard. Yale's ball in the closing minutes of a tense, scoreless battle. Albie's pass misfires, and the Crimson of Harvard take over at midfield. Opportunity knocks one last time for Albie as Harvard's punt is blocked. Albie passes, and it's good. Seconds to go. Booth drop kicks, the last play of his career, and it wins for Yale 3-0. Big-time touchdown thrills in Yankee Stadium, the 20th meeting of Notre Dame and Army. The cadets are talking Rose Bowl, and it appears Jack Buckler's attack is going to make the Irish an easy stepping stone. The Army leads 12-0. Still trying, but scoreless in the final period, Hunk Anderson's Irishmen seem destined for their 6th defeat of the season. But unexpectedly, Nick Lucas bowls back the Army line and scores. Next, Buddy Bonar clicks with a drop kick, and 78,000 spectators begin holding their breath. Army attempts a punt from behind its own goal line. But these are the playing days of Moose Krause. He and Wayne Milner pounce on the ball for a thunderous upset. Notre Dame 13, Army 12. But the Merritt trail 13-0. Late in the second half, still scoreless Notre Dame unlimbers a secret weapon called Andy Pilney. He hits Gall on the Buckeye 1 to begin 15 of the most sensational minutes in football. On the very next play, the Irish are back in the game as Wayne Milner cracks through a stubborn Ohio line. But the placement is missed, leaving Notre Dame behind 13-6. With only 2 minutes to Rose Bowl, 1935. The startled Indians of Stanford are nearly drowned in this aerial hosing by Dixie Howell and Don Hudson. 80,000 see Alabama's Rockney system spring Dixie through the Indian line and bring the Crimson Tide from behind. But Dixie has just opened his bag of tricks. Now watch him turn loose his talent for broken field running. Look at him go, 67 yards to pay dirt. Don Hudson sets a Rose Bowl record for passes received as he snares this one to put Alabama in the driver's seat 28-13. Watch Southern Cal hit the Irish line in the 1936 game of the year. Quick action on an intended lateral fools the South Bend squad. and the Trojans are away to a 7-0 lead. In the shadow of the Trojan goalpost, Bob Wilkie throws what he hopes will be the game-tying pass. Bud Langley intercepts, and there's no stopping him. He's off on a 99-yard dash, the fate of unwary officials notwithstanding. Trailing 13-6 in the final minutes of the game, the desperate Irish launch one of their notorious comeback drives. But is there time? The clock's running out. With seconds remaining, Wilkie's pass hits the target. The most unforgettable finish in Irish Trojan competition, 13-13.
It's the kickoff of a classic football season, a year of sensational runs and passes, which means preseason workouts all over the nation. Fordham prepares for the hard, bruising game. At Annapolis, the middies strive with brain and brawn to star in the sport that is rich in scholastic history and tradition. It's tackle this and tackle that, but don't get in the way. The lads at NYU work out in front of the slow-motion camera. Here's the analysis of a fake kick, a forward pass, and two laterals. In practice, it seems so easy, but when it comes to actual play, things don't always click like this. The Lion goes up the Hudson and bites the Army mule. First quarter, Army's Woodrow Wilson smashes around right end, driving through Columbia's tacklers like streak lightning. On he goes for 55 yards with perfect blocking ahead for a touchdown, and Army leads 12-0. The Army charges again. Martin sweeps around right end for 35 yards. The cadets are firing their heavy artillery. Victory looks sure as Huey Long heaves a pass to Martin over the goal line. Wilson takes to the air. It's intended for Long, but Radvillas intercepts and runs the ball back 15 yards. Seidel is over for the Lions. The referee is down for no count. And some of the customers go crazy. Sid Luckman, Columbia's passing ace. He's on the loose. He heaves to Siegel, who grabs the pigskin on Army's 10-yard line. Columbia is snatching victory from defeat. So the Lion twists the tail of the Army mule and wins by 2 points in a whirlwind contest. $75,000 cheering fans jammed the Pitt Stadium for the battle between the Ram and the Panther. With Pitt leading 3-0, Fordham's Dom Principe crashes the Panther defense. Rams ball. The old Statue of Liberty play, Hearn to Eschmont, is as good as ever, and the sophomore streak rushes for the goal line. Jim Crowley's boys remember their lessons, and Mike Hearn crosses the line for the first touchdown of the deadlock series. Fourth period, Cassiano to Stebbins, and the Panthers show their claws. Cassiano has the ball, and with perfect blocking ahead, he rushes into the secondary. Watch him go, twisting and turning for a Pitt touchdown. Now Marshall Goldberg goes into action. It's a pass to Joe Redinger, and it's good. Goldberg bucks the line, and Pitt chalks up another, and finally wins 24-13. In the battle between the middies and the Irish, Notre Dame's Lou Zantenni gives the Navy plenty to worry about. On a reverse, the fastback picks up 30 yards before the Navy swamps him. Irish ball, and Bob Sago shoots around end with the Navy destroyers hot in pursuit. But Sago carries on. Feasing blocks away for a great run, and over he goes for a touchdown. The Irish have the ball. We mean they have the ball. It's a fumble, and Hansen scoops it up. The middies go wild, but the play's called back, and it's a gloomy day for the Navy. The Wildcats and the Badgers snarl at each other. Howie Weiss gets the pigskin from Holloway on a spinner, and the big Badger backstages a one-man stampede. Watch him go through that Northwestern team, twisting, dodging, turning. Hannenstein reaches Howie over the line. A terrific run, and if you don't think so, look at Howie now. Bill Schmitz blocks for Weiss as Howie lets fly to Bellin. Looks like another touchdown, but they're 1 foot short. It's a fourth down, and Northwestern gets the ball. Shift and box formation. Schmitz fades, shoots to Bellin behind the goal line, and here's the upset as Northwestern's hope for the Big Ten fades. But the Wildcats still continue to scratch and claw. Jefferson takes the Wisconsin kickoff and heads through center. Cuts across the sideline with his beautiful blocking ahead. The Flashy Negro gallops 92 yards to a thrilling finish in one of the most spectacular games of the season. Big Red meets Big Green. Eiler to Peck, and Georgie pounds the Dartmouth line hard and heavy. Al McCullough tosses it well forward to Peck, who takes it on the pay dirt. Now the Hanover Indians go on the warpath. Howe cuts through and he's off to the sidelines, but he fumbles, and Cornell recovers. Now watch Georgie Peck, the human dynamo, sweep around end. McCullough charges, and even though he gets tossed around a bit, it's good for a touchdown. Dartmouth keeps pounding, but loses for the first time in 22 games. Here, 62,000 fans are soaked to the skin as they watch the classic Ivy League tussle. Harding splashes his way around end for Harvard as the white-helmeted Eli Warriors throw him to the mud. Crimson's ball. Harding gets the slippery pigskin off to Bob Green, who laterals to McDonald. Harding is back again. It's a pass meant for McDonald, but Ray Anderson intercepts and battles back to the 14-yard line. Eli's ball. Anderson wades through the soggy line. Harvard's ball. Foley passes to somebody, and your guess is as good as ours as they play into the darkness, and the Bulldog gets a scrubbing 7-0. The Buckeyes and the Wolverines for the Big Ten final. Strasbaugh gets the ball, and he's around the Michigan end for plenty. Now Wally Hook of the Wolverines hits the Ohio line like a battering ram. Goal to go. Harmon takes it over for the Wolverines. Ohio State fights back. A pass by Sexton is intercepted by Harmon. Sexton can't find his man, and he loses 15 yards. Ohio tries a final thrust through the air. But it's intercepted. Krosco breaks through with the final tally, and Michigan smashes a 4-year jinx to win. The season's record crowd turns out on the season's coldest day to see the Gridiron Classic between the Army and the Navy. Army kicks off, and then in the first quarter, Lem Cook of Navy kicks a liner from his own 21-yard line. Huey Long grabs it and charges the Navy Husky. He cuts across, reverses, and fools the middies completely as he's almost forced out of bounds. But he continues to forge ahead, 79 yards for a touchdown. Here's a lateral, Wood to Cook, and back he goes for a loss. Army's ball, it's a fake spin. Martin hits the line and goes right through the Navy defense. Now watch John Samuel get stopped. So the Army sinks the Navy as a great pigskin parade comes to a thrilling finish.
Sugar Bowl at New Orleans. Texas Christian with slinging Davy O'Brien meets powerful Carnegie Tech, and all eyes are on the tiny TCU quarterback. Passes like these are only one of his specialties. Davy receives, too. Watch him intercept this Tech pass. As you can see, this pocket-sized All-American can also run the ball. But even that isn't all. Here, Slingin' Davy's kick wins for Texas 15-7. 1939, Duke meets Southern California. The Blue Devils from Carolina come to Pasadena with a perfect season record, undefeated, untied, and unscored upon. And the Iron Dukes, shown on offense here, mean to keep their record perfect at the expense of the Bears. Their break comes with a little more than a minute to go. Tony Rotha splits the uprights with a field goal, the first score of the game. Only 3 points, but with seconds remaining, it looks like the margin of victory. Then Coach Howard Jones uncorks Doyle Nave, fourth string unknown, who, it develops, has an uncanny ability to find Al Kruger with crucial passes. With the end of the season less than a half-minute away, the Nave-Kruger razzle-dazzle ruins Duke's perfect season. Bears 7, Duke 3.